how the influencers, the big beauty gurus, and the experts of the industry fake their no makeup looks by actually having skincare that doubles as makeup. We spoke in a recent video about how certain celebrities and influencers really get that poreless skin, especially because pores are part of our anatomy. How do they erase them? How do they do it? Yes, there is lighting, there is Photoshop, there are filters, but even outside of those, there are certain products that are technically not makeup. They are technically skincare, but they double as makeup. So you could say, I'm not wearing any makeup today. And you're not. You're wearing a moisturizer that blurs scars and pores just like a primer, or you're using a tinted sunscreen that acts like a foundation, but technically it's a sunscreen. And as I said in that other video, if the big booty gurus get to do it, I feel like we deserve to as well. When it comes to this faking poreless skin routine, it doesn't freaking matter what cleanser you use. As long as your skin is cleansed, you're good to go. However, this mask does work wonders. This is a pore control mask that literally controls pores as if they aren't there. It's from a K-beauty brand that I can't actually pronounce. It's Trolaruk. Dyslexia is hitting hard today, but this hits my pores like a home run. This has Moroccan lava clay powder as well as different plant complexes, and this goes in and it sucks oil out of pores, but it does it without overly irritating skin. It helps to kind of break down and break out blackheads, and when you take this off, your skin doesn't feel overly stripped. It's not like glowy and dewy, but it's still hydrated, right? It's not like stripped, but oh my god, any oil, any impurities, anything that might be stuck in there or left behind, this gets it out. When I say that K-beauty knows glowy skin, like K-beauty, they are on something different. And this is a more expensive product, but this does it. If you're looking for a skincare mask, I would use this either before your cleanser or even in place of your cleanser, because making sure that you have a good canvas is the first step to not only makeup, but to faking makeup with skincare. Then you're going to want to make sure that you exfoliate. Having this glass poreless skin basically means that there is smoothness to the face. Think about how light reflects off of glass or off of a mirror. It's very shiny. But look at sand, same basic ingredients. Did you know that glass is basically made of sand? Haha, if you didn't know, now you know. But sand and all of its little textured granules look very different than polished glass or a mirror. Same thing goes with the skin. The more exfoliated and the more even our skin can be, the more flawless it's going to look. This is the Power Cocktail Serum from Peach and Lily. Peach and Lily actually has a glass skin serum, but I like this better. This exfoliates with lactic acid. It has 15 different plant complexes. It has ceramides, so it keeps the skin supple, and it doesn't ball up and it doesn't pill up. It kind of feels like it grips onto the next product that you apply to the skin, but it doesn't feel overly goopy, and it doesn't pill, which could ruin makeup, or it could ruin the illusion that you're not wearing anything and that you're makeup free. But this is safe enough to use every single day. You just want to build up to it. Make sure that you're always wearing a sunscreen, which we will talk about. But together, these provide the perfect base. And that's when we get into moisturizers that double as primers. What do primers do? They prime the skin to hold on to foundation. They actually fill in pores. They fill in scars. They blur out texture. And that's why foundation looks so good when you put it on over textured skin. Look at foundation applied directly to an orange. You could look at that orange and say it has pores. And yes, that foundation shows those pores right through it. But now apply a primer to an orange and then apply a layer of foundation. Do you see how the primer just smooths everything over? Well, what if a booty guru sits up here and says, I'm makeup free? That would technically mean that they're not wearing a primer, right? Well, they might be wearing this or something similar to it. This right here is literally the silicone-free priming moisturizer from Good Molecules. This is such a fantastic product, and it's technically a moisturizer. It is silicone-free for those who don't want to use silicones, and silicones are generally used when it comes to primers. Silicones are one of the main ingredients, but this is made for people who don't want to use those silicones but still want that smoothing over skin. You could literally use this as a moisturizer on its own. It is fantastic and nice and hydrating for what it does, but it literally blurs out pores just the way a very lightweight primer does. And what a better way to lie about or to skirt around the truth of not wearing makeup than to wear a moisturizer that literally doubles as a primer. I love this for my oily prone skin because it is a little bit lighter. Now, if you do want something thicker, again, K-beauty did it. This is the MLE cream from Atopom. Again, I don't know how to pronounce this brand, but I found this, and boy, if you want something thick, She got you something thick. This moisturizer is made for dry skin, but this repairs a skin barrier like nothing else. And because of the ingredients and because of how soothing and thick this is, it literally smooths over pores and imperfections. If you have dry skin, I would recommend this. Or if you're like me and you have combination to oily skin and you just like something really thick at night, or to fake the look of a really thick primer during the day, this is going to be your thick primer swap that is technically not a primer. It is technically skincare. But even with nothing else on, it gives us that same look. And then we gotta talk about eye creams. Yes, we're talking about eye creams. You know how I hate eye creams because half of them put glitter inside of their eye cream and then they're like, oh, our eye cream is luminizing. No, it's not. It doesn't make my under eye any brighter. You don't have vitamin C or licorice or caffeine. You literally just have pigment. Well, when do you think that comes in? When you're trying to fake a no makeup look and say, I'm not wearing makeup, but you're literally basically wearing under eye concealer. This is one of the less suspicious ones. Again, this one is from Good Molecules. This is the Yerba Mate Wake Up Eye Gel. This one is great. The Inky List also has a Sim Bright moisturizer that does that stupid thing where they put mica in it. But if you just turn and learn your eye creams or turn and learn your moisturizers, any eye cream or any moisturizer that has mica in it or any titanium or iron oxides, all of those ingredients are basically pigmenting ingredients. They can also help with the sun, but mainly they're there to add color to that product and they're there to add shimmer. And do you see how a little bit of shimmer under the eyes, or even whoop, take that eye cream, stripe it down the nose, put it on the cheeks, put it where you would put your highlighter? Do you see how I'm not technically wearing any makeup, but ooh, I definitely have a nice shimmer to the skin? That is where eye creams come in. And if you're trying to fake it, this is the best way to do so. Now, there is a product that I actually think is even better than any of these eye creams. You get more for your money, and it's a better eye cream, and it helps with fine lines, wrinkles, preventing collagen degradation, and it has a shimmer and more. This is a full face sunscreen. Of course it is, right? This is the Self Reflect Probiotic Zinc Oxide Broad Spectrum Sunscreen from Kinship, and this is beautiful. It smells like a marshmallow candy land, and it actually looks very, very unsuspicious. But as you can see, it is this white texture that kind of has a slight shimmer, a little bit of pink tint to it. And if you are someone who has dark under eye circles, or if you just want to use this all over the face and you want something luminous, it's technically labeled as a sunscreen. It's not labeled as a brightening luminizer or a highlighter, but do you know what it is? It's a fucking highlighter. Okay? Okay. And as you can see, boom shakalaka, I have just applied my sunscreen to my face, but in reality, this is a freaking highlighter. This is phenomenal. It is beautiful on the skin, but it is technically skincare, not makeup. And you can see how easy this is to get away with. And we can't forget oil. Oils can be a little bit more obvious, but similar to the way that we want light to reflect off of skin, what's a better way to get a dewy glow than with a little bit of oil? This is one of my favorites. It's from Dermalogica. It's the retinol clearing oil. This is really made for acne prone skin. It has jojoba oil, it has salicylic acid, it has a retinoid. So this is great because it actually does something for your skin, but I'll just apply it to half of my face. And again, I'm not touching the dropper to my skin. Haha. But as you can see, this really goes on and this really brings some luminosity to the skin. And as we do that, it's very easy for me to say, no, I didn't just apply a setting spray. This is just my natural dewy skin. But in reality, you got a couple layers of shimmer under there. You got a little oil going on. This is one of the best ways to fake it, my friends. But the one thing that oils don't compare to is a tinted sunscreen. What's a better way to say, I'm not wearing any makeup, but to literally cover blemishes, uneven skin tone, darkness, hyperpigmentation, etc.? Oh, by using a tinted sunscreen. A sunscreen that is technically skincare that literally has a tint that does what? Basically acts like makeup. This is makeup in a skincare bottle that protects you from the sun, from skin cancer. Fabulous! But as you can see, this is a great way to say, I'm not wearing any foundation, I'm not wearing any makeup, and technically you're not. It's technically a sunscreen. But do you see how well that covers and evens out a skin tone or skin texture? Now, this is one from Bliss that is excellent, but there are some that are basically full coverage foundations. This one right here is the SkinBetter Tone Smart. They literally call it the Tone Smart, and this is like a straight up foundation. Look at that. That is a straight up foundation. It covers redness, it covers texture, it covers pores, and yes, it's an SPF 75, so it protects me from the sun. Another really good one that helps you fake a makeup look with no makeup is from Calorie Science. That one's a really thick one. If you have rosacea or redness, oh my god, that is basically foundation in a sunscreen. It covers everything. But this one absolutely can too. And speaking of makeup, there are some other tricks that beauty gurus have up their sleeves. When talking about color science, what is this? Is this a lipstick? No. Is this a blush? No. Is this an eyeshadow? No. What is it then? Oh, it's an SPF 50 Total Protection Color Balm sunscreen. This is technically a sunscreen, but do you see how I have just applied literal blush, literal eyeshadow, and literal lipstick? Now I'm doing this without a camera. I can't see what I'm doing. I bet you I look like a clown. But you know what? I don't care, because I have pretty much applied a somewhat full face of makeup by using none. And don't even get me started on eyelashes. You could technically have eyelash extensions and you could say, I've removed all of my makeup. I'm not wearing any mascara. And we look at these people's eyes and we're like, how? What sort of freaking milk hormones have you been drinking as a child that gets you to have these long, luscious, fanfared lashes with no mascara? God, I must not have hope. I don't wake up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Yes, but you also didn't spend $200 to $400 on a full set of lash extensions. Now, no harm to people who use lash extensions, and no harm to people who want to use some of these tricks to have a tinted sunscreen or a nice SPF protective lip color. But at the same time, I want you to be aware of these things, because a lot of celebrities and beauty gurus and influencers do this, coming up on camera saying, I'm not wearing anything on my skin. And it makes us feel insecure because we don't see what's actually going on. And they're sitting here trying to shove their unethical products and sponsors down our throats when they didn't even use the product, because trust me, I've seen it happen. And then they sit here and try to sell their no makeup, flawless, poreless skin to us, and I have purchased from some of those people, and so I'm gonna call it like I see it. And again, if the big booty gurus do it, I believe that we deserve to as well. And now you know how it's done. You actually have an entire routine so that if you wanted to do this, you can too. To be quite honest, it is a really pretty look that is light and simple, and if I just added some mascara or some brows or some lash extensions, I could have a really simple, 10-minute routine that's no makeup, that's skincare, that actually benefits my skin, that I look good in. Fantastic! This is blurring the lines between skincare and makeup, and now you know how to do it too. And if you want to know the other tricks of the trade that the big influencers use, such as the lighting and the filters and the Photoshop, we've done that video and I've linked it first in the description box. And I'll also link it here, so make sure you watch this one next. Always remember to be beautiful both inside and out, and I cannot wait to see you in this next video. Love you guys. Bye.